Hey guys at Love Does, my friends, Facebook and YouTube. I'm so excited to be a part of this whole Love Does thing and just see like the transformation in people's hearts and see all of you guys jumping on board. I'm definitely excited about it and just excited definitely to see like what's gonna happen with the rest of it. I've been approached by a page on a website that has like almost 50,000 followers, and they want to start sharing some of the content from Love Dust. So I'm really excited about that. So definitely keep me in your thoughts, please. I wanted to share with you a story about my friend Anna. I lived in Kentucky for about 4 years, and it was a real kind of hard time in my life where I kind of was going through a lot spiritually and physically. It was just a rough time. And so I was working in a factory there, and that's where God put me, was in this humble factory in Kentucky. When I was working as a missionary, I also was had a side job. Anyways, so I was working there in Kentucky at this factory, and it was hot as hell outside. Like, it was humid, it was hot, and you're working, and it's just, if any of you guys have worked in industrial work, you know what it's like to work in a factory during the summer. Anyways, there was a temp who started, my allergies are terrible today, by the way. It's just bad. Anyways, there was this temp who started, and her name was Anna. And my position was utility, so I was all over the factory doing everything. So, anyways, I saw Anna out of the corner of my eye, and immediately I was drawn to her. Something about her just radiated this longing, this desire for an encounter with love. I could feel her pain, I could feel her hurt, and she was just aching. Her whole spirit was aching, and I knew, as an empath, I knew. And so I knew that my position allowed me to go and work in different departments in that factory freely. And so I decided, I'm going to go work with Anna. And so I went over to her station where she was at the production line, and I began to assist her. I came alongside Anna, and I began to help her in a way that would make her life a little bit easier that day. And I kept feeling this heavy impression upon my heart to ask her if she's hungry. And I know that I posted in my last video about Lorraine, about this feeling, this unction that I had in my spirit to ask Lorraine if she was thirsty. Something about food. I don't know what it is. People are hungry. And physically, but what I'm talking about right now is spiritually. So I knew that she was starving spiritually. And I knew that, you know, I'm not creator of the universe, I'm not God, but I am myself, I am authentically me, and God gave me giftings, and I'm called to meet the needs of people through my giftings. And so I kept feeling this sense that she was hungry, she was desperate, and I could just feel the aching of her heart. And I began to grieve with her. And so I just stayed there with her and just got a better feel of how I was supposed to approach Anna, because I knew that she was very fragile and she was very sensitive, and I wanted to honor her the best way possible without, you know, exposing her in front of other people or humiliating her. And so I just asked her how she was doing, and she just kind of, you know, gave me a very nonchalant, I'm okay, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, I get it. I definitely know what it's like to be going through a hard time and not really looking to be vulnerable with anybody. So I pressed a little further, and I said, because I kept hearing this in my spirit, she's hungry. Ask her if she's hungry. And so I said, you know, I can only argue with the creator of the universe for so long before you just have to give in, because his voice is compelling, and you're compelled to listen to it. I know that I am. And so I said, Anna, are you hungry? And she completely broke down. She just began to weep. Tears began to fall down her cheeks, and she just wept right there at her little production line. And, you know, I grabbed her and I held her, and, you know, she rested her head right here, and I just held her, and we didn't talk. She just rested right here for a minute. And something happened in that moment. And she excused herself to the ladies' room, and she came back and she tried to, maintain herself, keep herself together. I said, all right, girl, so tell me what's going on in your life right now. Let's talk this out, because, you know what, there's going to be a shift in your life today, and I believe that. And she just said, I am hungry. I'm physically hungry. I have children at home. I have got a half roll of hamburger. You know those hamburger things that come in like the big rolls? She said, I've got a half roll of hamburger at home and a little bit of cereal to feed my kids on the next week. And I said, all right, Anna. I grew up with a single mother who struggled financially, struggled in life in general, just in all areas, mentally and physically. So I said, all right, Anna, this is not a big problem. We are going to get this fixed, because while it seems huge to you, this is nothing that a little help from your brothers and sisters and from your Creator in the heavens that can just come alongside of you and meet your need right now. Because guess what? You're not an orphan. Guess what? You're greatly loved. You're radically loved. And there's a plan for your life. And you're called to just rest. You're called to be a daughter of the Most High God. And you just get to rest in that place of being a daughter. And there's no lack. When you come into your adoption as a son and a daughter of God, you begin to understand. Your mindset changes into, okay, I don't have to live as an orphan anymore. And so I saw that come on to Anna that day. I saw that daughtership come onto her, and her whole life transformed that day. So I went to my supervisor and I said, look, we got someone over here who's starving, who has children at home, who's starving. And we need to help her. And, I have like this missionary, I'm like an evangelist, and I have like this missionary mentality. I'm not, anybody who comes to me that's hurting, that's hungry, I'm not going to let them go empty-handed. Even if they're hungry for a smile, I'm going to meet that need, because guess what? That's what I'm called to do. I'm called to feed the poor. I'm called to feed the sick, heal the sick, heal the brokenhearted, heal the broken minds, and give food. Because that's just what I'm called to do, because I know who I am. I know that I'm a son, and that there is no lack where I dwell, and I dwell in the Spirit. But right now, here on earth, heaven is going to be my full inheritance, but right now, here on earth, I've got a pretty big portion of my inheritance that I'm living off of, and I've got enough to give away. So I know that, and I operate like that in my life. And so I saw Anna's life transform that day, and that girl went home with so many groceries and a pack of cigarettes. That girl wanted a pack of cigarettes, and she deserved it. So she got herself a pack of cigarettes and a lot of food, and I know that she fed her kids. And I don't know where she is today, because I'm in Washington State up in Seattle, so I don't know too much about her, but I do know about a week later she quit working at the factory and went off to do other things. Hopefully she found a better paying job. And so stories like that about Anna, listen to your spirit. When you have something heavy on your heart about another person, listen to that, because that's your spirit talking to you. That's the Creator of the heavens and the earth speaking to you, and He's willing and He's ready to use you as His hands and as His feet and His pen to write His love letter to the world. You can transform lives by just simple acts of laying down your pride, laying down and saying, here I am, use me, God. May I be a sent out one. I don't want to stay and camp out around this box of me, because doing that's not life. That's not life. It's a selfish life. Selfish sons and daughters break the Father's heart. So step out. Do for other people, even if it's just a smile. That's what you're called to do, is to give. To be a giver. Because guess what? You're always receiving. It's time for you to give back. So stories like Anna are going to become normal parts of your life. And I'm just excited about, those stories of redemption. I love them. I live for those moments. They encourage me. They lift me so much in my journey of life. So I'm excited for you guys. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.